Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Amber Campbell. I am an author and a freelance editor. I write petty, heart-wrenching poetry for the modern woman. And today we're going to be talking about the self-publishing cost for my fourth poetry collection, The Woman I Hold Dear. This releases on March 28th of this month, which is, I believe, a week away. I'm filming this early, so I hope I got that right. But today we're going to be talking about my favorite video to watch from other self-published authors, which is how much money they spent to publish their book. So this is by far the cheapest I've ever published a book for, even cheaper than my debut, which, if I'm remembering correctly, was like $180, I think. I'm not sure. I'll link everything up here, down below, all that good stuff. But this is officially my cheapest book that I've self-published. And once don't restart later. What the, oh my god, I just restarted you like 2 hours ago. What in the heck? Anyway, we are going to break it down. I will also break down why I did not spend money on certain areas. Just keep in mind, this is a poetry collection. We are talking about 11,000 words. So doing some of the editing for them is a lot easier on 11,000 words as opposed to like 80 or 90,000. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. So if you're new here, this is Chili, right over here. Say hi, Chili. Oh wow, that's almost like you know your name. He'll be swimming behind us. So first things first, ISBNs. If you're not familiar with them, International Standard Book Numbers. Every book that's published has to have one. You do not have to purchase one. I purchased them back when I was publishing my debut. So for my debut and my second poetry collection, they each had a paperback ISBN and an ebook ISBN. For Daughter of the Bottle and my current, The Woman I Hold Dear, they only have an ISBN for their paperbacks. I went ahead and just took the free one from Amazon, Draft to Digital, and Kobo. For the ebooks, I just didn't feel a need for that. Plus, it's still on Draft to Digital. Libraries can still request my book even though they have a Draft to Digital ISBN for the ebook. And they still have the Bowker ISBN number for their paperback so that they can request it off Ingram Spark if they like. So I just felt like that was the best of both worlds. I had bought a pack of 10 for $295. So for this singular title, $29.50 went to the ISBN. I do not expect the ones to cover the entire $295 worth of ISBNs because it was only assigned 2 of them. So I know some authors will just kind of clump all that all together, but for me, it's like that's what I spent on them. This is the individual, so that's where I go with that. For Amazon KDP, because I did order an author proof copy, and you can tell because it has that lovely resale bar. This copy cost me $6.49 to print and ship to me, and it arrived, I want to say, within about 3 days. I also ordered one from Ingram Spark. I don't remember even which video it is. It's a draft to digital Daughter of the Bottle video, where that was the one book I did not order from Ingram. And then the day it was published, they sent me an email saying, hey, we can't print any of these books because you used true black, which can't be printed at the magnitude of which my cover was covered in it. So they're like, you need to do a soft black. Well, then I lack the photo manipulation skills to adjust the photo that was on there. So if you go on Ingram Spark or Barnes & Noble or whatever, back in the day, it's a very plain cover. I think on Amazon it's still a plain cover, but I can tell you if we order it from Amazon, it will have the bottle image on it. So, little side rant. But I ordered one from Ingram Spark to avoid all that headache. And this cost me $13.63. And for transparency, this is 115 pages. This is also cream paper. I only do cream. The white, I feel like, is just too harsh, especially for poetry. I want it to be super soft and chill. And so between the two of them, just over $20. I think that's a cost a lot of authors, not authors, I shouldn't say, new authors, kind of overlook. Because when you're first publishing, I don't know how many proof copies I got for my debut. I think it was 4. And there was no need to order 4. I was just excited. So... but definitely, I definitely recommend getting one from Ingram Spark. That's the only way you're going to get a copy before it comes out to do all your cute promo photos, like this one I just took today, actually. And that way, it doesn't have that ugly resale bar, and you can promote it and show it off, but also your readers will know exactly what it is that they're getting. our next cost is actually going to be the cover design. So this is poetry. I got this image off of Pexels. Mary Verbena is the photographer. It is a full, I just basically took the photograph and enlarged it a bit so it would actually fit a book cover. And then I did all of the typography, which I am very proud of myself. I feel like I'm getting very, very good with typography. And so that was a Canva Pro subscription that I had for 3 months. I was no longer doing the yearly annual plan. That was redundant. That's okay. So instead of, I think it's like now $12 a month, I paid $15 for each of those 3 months. So it was $45. And yes, I do count that towards my book cost because that is how I was able to create this cover. That is actually my lowest. Daughter of the Bottle and Missed Arrows were both $49.95 because that was back when the yearly plan was $10 a month. So I've actually canceled my Canva Pro subscription as of December or January, basically since I finalized this cover. And I don't plan to buy it again unless I need it for my next one, in which case I'm only going to buy it for a month and do everything I can and minimize costs there. Now we're going to come up to some other costs, mainly the editors. So I had a critique partner who looked over it, and then she also was super kind and did some proofreading, copy editing for me. And then, let me see, I did not pay for ARC services this time around. So far, I've only done it for Missed Arrows, and while I did launch with, I think, 9 reviews on Goodreads, I will say 2 of them have since been deleted, and I have no idea why, and I think 1 of them transferred over to Amazon. So the one where I paid for ARC services, or just getting my book out there more before the release, is actually the one that has performed the worst on Amazon. And I know there is a huge issue with Amazon, not even going to downplay that, but I will say that that is where I make about 50% of my sales, which is a very small number when you consider I'm not in KU. I am wide. I've been wide for all of these. I'm technically wide for all of them in the ebook. I'm just not paperback. So, but yeah, I didn't pay for ARC services, didn't pay for copy editor, because I didn't need one. My critique partner was my developmental and copy editor. And like I said, if this was a full-length novel manuscript, then yes, I would have paid for a copy editor. I do copy edits, and especially when you've read your 80,000 word manuscript 18 times, you're not going to catch it. You just can't catch it. I've read, even doing professional beta reading, and I've come across like some small minor things that came after they even hired a copy editor, because copy editors will get about 99% of it, which means you're going to get far less than they would. But for 11,000 words, and especially because they're each broken up individually, it's a lot easier for me to catch everything. And then my critique partner caught the last like 15, 20 errors that were in there. And then now the book is completely clean and ready to go. So ISBNs, proof copies, and cover design is pretty much all I paid for. And if you haven't been keeping track, that is a grand total of $94.62, which is incredible. And the way I've figured out my earnings from that is I went ahead and figured out the average of my royalties. So the Amazon's KDP paperback, the paperbacks are listed at $11.99 and the ebooks are listed at $2.99. So my Amazon paperback, I will earn $4.81. The draft to digital ebook, I will make $1.78. The KDP ebook is the same, $1.78. The Kobo ebook, which is not quite live on there yet, would make me $2.09 because I get a higher royalty going directly on Kobo. And then the Ingram Spark paperback is going to be $2.38, and that is because I am choosing the 55% discount, but I haven't made any sales yet. So I'm thinking what I need to do is actually go back in there and set it for returns on, which is terrifying because one of the reasons I have not been able to make my investment back on Missed Arrows is because 9 copies got returned to me after an issue with Ingram Spark, and it was like $55, and I'm like, I wouldn't have made that much. I would not have made $10 like on the sale of those. Like that was what I was set to make. So now I still owe Ingram like $35, so basically the first like 17 book sales of this book, maybe 16, I won't even see the money. It will go just right back to Ingram. That's one of the reasons I really hope to get more Ingram Spark pre-order, so I can actually be back even with them and make money on my sales. But based on those averages, it's about $2.57 a copy, which means we need to sell 33 copies of this book to make the money back, which is insane. Because to make the money back on the ones, it was like 91 copies. I somehow hit that. And the number's basically gone down since then, and I've not made it. So I'm very, very hopeful that we can hit those 33 book sales. I'm really hoping we can do it with pre-orders. I think that's very possible, but we will see. I am marketing hardcore over on Instagram, and I am really pushing YouTube Shorts here on YouTube. So we will see. But yeah, let me know what your cheapest book to self-publish was, what your most expensive was, and what is a cost you absolutely will not give up. And that's okay if ISBN is your answer. But thank you guys so much for joining me. As I mentioned, The Woman I Hold Dear is available for pre-order on all retailers. So if you want to avoid the evil Amazon, you're more than welcome to go on to bookshop.org or Kobo or Smashwords or wherever. Actually, no, is Smashwords and Amazon together? I don't think they are. No, they're with Drafted Digital. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. Anyway, go on any site you like. You can also ask your local library for this once it releases, either on ebook or paperback. ISBNs will also be listed for this book down below just for you. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Let's go. I got big dreams, I'ma do big things. Yeah, you see me on the big screen looking so clean. I don't move slow, I move fast right past anybody taking life for granted. Yeah, that's